Hello, this is Dinah Lane of Harwich Channel 18, and I'm here today with Michael Locke, the Executive Director of the Harwich Conservation Trust, and also Connor O'Brien, who is the Director of Land Stewardship of the Harwich Conservation Trust. Welcome.
Nice to see you, Dinah.
Thank you for having us, Dinah.
Great to see you.
You too.
And Connor, I haven't actually talked with you in quite a while.
I know.
But I know you have a message for us about the herring count.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, I'd like to talk a little bit about some of the work that our volunteers in Harwich are doing regarding the herring count. So since the 90s, herring have seen a pretty precipitous population drop. And to determine what is causing this, researchers have been pretty regularly counting herring across Massachusetts, and just to determine how we can help these herring and prepare for the future. And in Harwich, we have a volunteer herring count at the Hinckley's Pond Ladder, where about 40 volunteers go for 10 minutes at a time and count herring as they come over. These population counts will then help researchers, our partners with Department of Marine Fisheries and APCC, to determine how the herring populations are doing and what efforts can be made to help them in the future.
Mm-hmm. So I know we understand why herring are important, but perhaps you could just say a couple of words about why the herring count is important. Why do you do the herring count?
Sure. So the herring run is a very important nutrient transfer from the oceans to the inland lakes and rivers, and there's so many animals that rely on herring for food. Our otters, our herons, our ospreys, all these different species rely on just on that herring run. So continuing the herring runs is very important for the survival of a whole host of species.
That's very helpful. And of course, our waters are so important.
Yes.
And fragile. So, Michael, I know you have something going on over at the Herring River, Bell's Neck. You have a project. Perhaps you could tell us about that.
Sure, yes. There's a new land project out there ready for our attention. Hopefully we can raise the funds to save this land. It's 2.87 acres.
Large tract.
Yes, it has about 782 feet of frontage on Bell's Neck Road, one of the more scenic roads in town. And if folks are traveling from Route 28 north toward the Bell's Neck Conservation Land, they pass this land on the right. I mean, you think about that. Over 782 feet, that's more than 2.5 football field lengths of forested frontage. It is amazing, very scenic. It happens to be next to town conservation land that has an 1800s era cemetery, including the grave site of a Revolutionary War era gentleman who served in Harwich. It's the Smith family, 1800 era cemetery. We're just talking to Robin Kelly, and they're working on putting in some new split rail around that cemetery soon with AmeriCorps. So this land acquisition, preserving this 2.87 acres, will help buffer the cemetery. It'll help extinguish more nutrient loading into the Herring River system. We know from the town's comprehensive wastewater management plan that the Herring River, among other coastal embayments further close to the Sound, are suffering from too much nitrogen, which is source to our septic systems.
Are, yes.
So if we can preserve this land, we can protect the Herring River and in turn protect the river herring that Connor was talking about, our volunteers are counting. And just recently at town meeting, voters authorized $125,000 in Community Preservation Act open space funds toward the effort. It's a $325,000 project goal. So now we have $200,000 to raise by the end of the year. So there's more on our website, harwichconservationtrust.org. So thanks for bringing it up.
It's always very, very important to get behind those.
Yes.
Because they don't come all the time, but when they come, you want to grab them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I know you had an event, and you have another event coming up. And we've talked about one of them, but if you could just tell us how the Tour de Trash went.
Oh, yes. We love to talk about all of our efforts that our great volunteers in Harwich are involved in. And Tour de Trash happened on April 29th. And we had about 90 volunteers who dedicated their Saturday morning to cleaning up Harwich roads and sidewalks. And we gathered over 700 pounds of trash. So they were busy out there, and they put in a great effort, and we really appreciate their time.
Those are impressive numbers. 90 volunteers.
Yes.
That's really impressive.
Isn't that
That
It
amazing?
shows the
Yes.
dedication
Yes.
of our volunteers in Harwich.
It certainly
It's really
does.
inspiring.
And 700 pounds of trash.
Yes.
Excellent.
Isn't that incredible? And
It
the,
is,
and
it
the
is,
partnership
yeah.
with the Conservation Department
Yes.
and the town's Department of Public Works and the Police Department, I think, had a sign up about Tour de Trash.
Yeah, yeah.
So many,
It's a real community
many hands
effort.
make light work.
It's
Yes.
so true.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
And speaking of partnership, I know you have the Walk and Wag coming up.
Yes. Yes.
And that is a partnership with the Samson Fund.
That's right. That's
so,
right.
maybe you want to say a few words again, just to remind people of what it is, what they will be able to experience on that day,
Sure.
and when it is too.
Yes. Second annual Walk and Wag. Don't miss it. Amazing. So fun. It's May 13th, Saturday, 9 to noon. Folks are going to park at the Cape Cod Regional Technical High School, right off Pleasant Lake Ave there, Route 124, and then walk downhill to the Trust's newest walking trail destination, the Hinckley's Pond Herring River Headwaters Preserve. Basically, walk downhill from the Cape Tech and you'll cross Route 124, enjoy the trails, and then make your way to the barn where we'll have exhibitors that will focus on our four-legged friends. There'll be veterinary hospitals, there'll be Agway, there'll be the town's animal control officer. There's going to be the Harwich Garden Club exhibiting. Harwich Conservation Trust and the Samson Fund will both have display tables. There's going to be a couple new features. There's going to be Ask a Vet. So there'll be a veterinarian from Brewster Veterinary Hospital, one of the event sponsors, to take questions.
Taking
Not
questions.
give treatment, but take questions
Yes.
about their favorite four-legged friends. And then also an obstacle course, or what's being called a canine confidence course. And that's put on by Chatham Dog Club. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's free. Donations welcome. We have many sponsors. You can find out who they are, including the Cape Cod Chronicle and Agway. And several others, all at our website, harwichconservationtrust.org.
Do people need to enroll their pets before the
No,
confidence trials,
just-
or can you just step right up at the time?
Yeah, actually, it's going to be, it won't be folks opting in who are arriving. There'll be dogs from Chatham Dog Club.
Oh, I see.
Yes,
You're going to be showing
yeah,
their stuff.
demonstrating.
I
Yes,
see, a demonstration.
yes,
Okay.
Yes,
I
yeah.
wasn't sure.
We don't want to put too much
People
pressure
could leap right
on
in.
our
Okay.
our
All right,
dogs
so
out
that
there.
won't be happening. All right. I'm glad I asked.
Yes, yeah.
I was
gonna-
getting excited. Okay.
But it's going to be really fun. Again, 9 to noon, park at the Tech, walk on down.
Okay.
It's going to be great.
Yes, it sounds like a wonderful day. And everything that's been going on sounds great. And be sure to check in with the Harwich Conservation Trust online to look into the Bell's Neck Project and everything else that you're doing.
Thanks, Dinah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks so much
thank
for
you.
coming. This is Dinah Lane for Channel 18 in Harwich. Thank you.